Hello America, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to my review of Married at First Sight, Season 11, Episode 8, 9, 3, I don't know. So it was a lot of friends meeting up with friends. I'm not going to go through the whole episode. It was a lot of friends meeting up with friends. Olivia met up with her friend. They recapped everything that happened in the 12 days. They talked about the budgeting and all of this. Brad met up with his friend. I'm really hot. I should have turned on the fan. If the fan is too loud in this video, then that is the price that I have decided to pay to not die of heat stroke. So Brett meets up with his friend. He said that the conversation that they had raised a lot of red flags, you know, especially with the whole money situation. And his friend was like, well, maybe she wants nice things. And he was like, well, I want to see my net worth grow. We get it. That's not, but two of those things can exist at the same time. Anyway, Woody and Amani are happy. Bennett and Amelia both meet up with friends. Only thing that was weird is when Bennett's friend was like, well, I don't want you to go. Ma'am, what? Like, I don't care. Like, I know we're friends and everything. Are we friends? Like, girl, I don't know if you, like, deep down in love with me or something. But, you know, I'm on this show. I got married at first sight. So, you know, if my wife is, like, going to be a doctor someplace, I'm going to follow her. I just don't want you to go. Our friendship circle would be off. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to go. So I guess Miles and Karen meet up at his job or something, and they talk about their communication woes. It's not really woes, but that's the word I'll use. He says that he, you know, would like just her to be more open about how she's feeling, you know, whatever she may need. She says that she understands that she needs to do that. Also, you know, she won't call the police on him if he happens to kiss her. So, you know, that's something that she's very much open to. She says that she doesn't feel as though it'll happen because he's very respectful and she's not an initiator type person. But, she knows that she needs to step it up, and he says that his lips are always available. So, Christina and Henry, I don't know. Because they were talking, it's very much producer this, producer that. So, they're talking about something, and she's a little bit annoyed about something. And she's like, she's talking about something because I can't remember it. I can remember the last one more clearly than I can remember the first one. But then she's like, well, you know, I bought all these groceries and like you didn't even say thank you. And he was like, I did say thank you. And she was like, well, you didn't say thank you. And he was like, I was like, I'll Venmo you. Like, what are you talking about? And so then they started talking. And she was like, I mean, well, Henry, like, what do you want from this? Like, what do you think? Like, what's really going on? And he's like, I think you're impatient, okay? Like, I didn't tell you, we didn't have this conversation about you showing your thanks or you Venmoing me when we went out to that $70 Mexican restaurant or when we did this or did that. And then Henry just started talking. Like, he didn't say anything disrespectful. But honestly, I feel like that was the most conversation they had since they've gotten married. Since they've met each other. I think, in my opinion, Christina was a little bit, I don't know, she was smirking. It just, this would be the side of Christina that, this would be the side of Henry that Christina would want to see. Like, you know, him actually like showing some type of emotion. So I don't know, she may have liked it, I'm not sure, because she did it like they got into another little tiff at the end of the show, and it was like, for what? Then she says, like, what's up with the eye contact thing? And he was like, bro, like, I've been doing this from the beginning. Like, Dr. Pepper know about this, everybody know about this. Like, why? But that's like seriously though, What about the eye contact thing, bro? You should have asked him this like when y'all first got married. And not when y'all first got married, but at least like the night of the honeymoon, like, hey, I noticed you don't really make eye contact, like, and you'd be like, oh, ba-doo-ba-dee-ba-dow. Like, they really don't be talking. They really can't talk. And then he was like, you're impatient, and she's like, oh, so that's it. Just like everything's wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with you. And he's like, bro, let me say something. I could go down a list of things that is wrong with me, okay? I don't like being on camera. I don't like doing all of this. But guess what? I've been respectful. Something that you haven't been, honey. I don't know. Her smirking at the end of their little disagreement, it was like, do you like this? Do you like that he can actually speak up? Because honestly, then all of the couples went out, the ladies with the ladies and the males with the males, they all went out. And Henry was like actually like engaged in conversation, talking about stuff. And I was like, and when Christina said he wasn't making eye contact with her, I don't know. I could have sworn he was making eye contact with her when he was looking at her like this. His eyes weren't low. His eyes weren't. He was like, but maybe he wasn't making eye contact with you. Maybe he was just looking at your face and you didn't see him looking at your face. But I could have sworn he was like, the fuck? The ladies, Amelia talks about the nice, beautiful, tiny home that Bennett has. And, you know, Monty is like, wow, she got herself a Noah from the Notebook. It's really interesting in how Amani gives these women advice and how she says things that maybe an expert should say if the experts were around. But I guess they're not, so who cares? Christina talks about how she feels like Henry, you know, isn't initiating anything and doesn't help around, you know, doesn't help with things around the house. And she feels like she'll always be the planner and the doer. And, you know, if that doesn't change, then that will be a deal breaker. Amani tells her that you need to initiate some things. You need to tell him how you feel. You need to, I don't know, open up, you know. And then Karen and Miles finally had a kiss, so he's very happy about that. Brett talks about Olivia and the budget situation, and Woody says in his confessional that it's ludicrous for Brett to expect her from, you know, staying at 5-star hotels and doing this, you know, 5-star chick experience for, you know, a 2 or 3-star experience. That's not logical. You know, if she wants to be doing something, she'll more than likely pay for it, but you may not be going. Henry says that, you know, he may have used the wrong word. Rain and petals eavesdrop. I used the wrong word. He may have used the wrong word when he said high maintenance. You know, obviously that's not a cool word to say. So, you know, she wants him to be more aggressive, and Woody is like, well, what does that mean? And he's like, I really don't know. And Woody is like, well, maybe she just want to sleep with you, you know, maybe she just want to, you know, get the peen. I don't know, who knows. So Henry and Christina are the first ones to have their housewarming party. It's very much so annoying. Her friend really blew the hell out of me. Because, like, it may have just been all producer driven, obviously, come on. But, like, him, like, oh, y'all haven't had sex? What? Like, come on. Like, I feel like you're living your life, like, one minute at a time. Like, fuck you. Don't tell me how to live my life. Do people not realize that people are entitled to, like, live their lives however they want and do whatever they want to do to, you know, be comfortable in their lives? Like, it was very much annoying. They played game. I can't remember what game they played. I think they played Would You Rather. I can't remember. Christina talks with Henry's friend, especially the drunk girl that was there, and they say that Henry is very, very, very slow to get to warming up to you and getting to know you. But, you know, once he does, he's a great friend. He's a great person to be around. He helped Kristen through a difficult time in her life, and you know, he's just a solid friend. So she's very happy to hear that. That very much eases her nerves, I thought, until the last scene, and I was like, oh, okay, well, anyway, her friend, I'm not saying some old lady, her friend, some woman was like, okay, well, Henry, like, what's your plan? What's the strategy? Her friend, some older woman, was like, okay, Henry, like, what's the plan? What's the strategy? Henry does not know. Henry don't really like Christina. Woody and Amani have their housewarming party. It's beautiful. It's lovely. He says that he feels as though he's falling for his wife because she fulfills everything that he wanted and that he thoroughly thought that he needed in a woman, and it's very cool. Woody's cousin was crying, talking about, I was just really worried about him, but you know, it seems as though he's doing good. That would scare the hell out of me if I was Amani. Why is she crying, talking about she was worried about him? Was this man gonna cheat on me the first night? That's how y'all thought it was gonna go? Okay. Karen and Miles have their housewarming party. They play truth or dare. They kiss, you know. His sister and Karen were talking about something. I can't remember exactly what they were talking about. But Karen just, you know, had to let Miles know, you know, you ain't got to smother me. You know, let me do what I need to do. And if I need your help, then help. His sister says, that's cool. You know, I just want you to know that my brother is a good man. So we see each other. That's not what she said, but seriously. Like, I'm pretty sure she got her good eye out. Who wouldn't have a good eye out on their little brother's wife that they married on a national television show that they had known prior to getting married? Never mind. Anyway, Brett and Amelia have their party. Brett and Olivia have their party. Olivia talks to her friends, or her friend, and says that, you know, they still don't like really do anything. They just hang out with the cats, and you know, she could have hung out with the cats by herself. So she'd like to go out and do stuff and not be hindered by money or saving money so much that you don't live a life. Bennett and Amelia have their party. They paint murals. He goes out and talks to her friends, and her friend very much approves of him. Amelia very much approves of him. I really ran through this episode very quickly, so I'm very happy about that. And then Christina and Henry, they're making food. She is like, tell me your favorite childhood memory. He says something that I can't remember. She's like, oh, that's really what you want to tell me? He's like, I mean, I guess. He says, okay, what is a dish that your mother used to cook that you really loved? She says, I don't really know. Can we take a pass? He's like, okay. She's like, can I have just a producer list of questions? Because I feel like the ball isn't rolling. Then she's like, you know, I just feel like you're not initiating anything. You're not talking to me. I'm always having to, like, ask questions. I'm always having to do everything. Like, you know, why do I always have to ask the questions? Why do I always have to do this or do that and do this? And Henry is, like, talking, and she's like, man, whatever, I'm frustrated. So he like, so am I. So he gets up and he leaves, and he's like, you know what, I'm just done. I'm, like, honestly done. I don't even care. I don't think it's a good sign when the first conversation, the first real conversation they've had was an argument. I don't think that is a great indication that the marriage is gonna work. You know, I don't really know nothing, but you know, that's not really like, yeah, they're gonna be together forever. Honestly, though, it could just be a bad edit on Christina because, you know, she may be annoying the producers. So they like, you know, fuck her, let's make her the bad guy. I just really don't know, man. I just really don't know. I honestly and truly do not know, man. I just... think they really dropped the ball. They really dropped the ball on the pairing of Henry and Christina. I'm trying to figure out why they actually got paired. Like, I'd love for an expert to come and say, okay, this is why we paired you. Because they obviously need help in that department. Anyway, I'm done. I'm going to get off of here. If y'all like this review, you can like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, or visit my website. My name is Brielle. I make beats, I sing songs. If you like what you see, come on along. Bye.